If you want to own a home, don't blame a landlord for buying it first. Do what the landlord did to earn that home.
Bird catches the worm.
Chose his parents properly.
I see you switching to your tubes as soon as you spawn, and I'm like, shucks you.
Well, no, what do you guys want to let loose on? No, honestly, what do you want to let loose on your drunk episode where you can just check back on it and it's like, we were shit-faced. Fuck it, right?
What do we want to check in on?
What do you want to let loose on?
Let loose on, okay.
Paramotors are fucking awesome, and you guys shouldn't make me feel bad about it.
Hold on. Woody, paramotors. Hold on. Paramotors are where it's at, man.
I ran into the sky today, turned off the motor, and just thermaled higher and higher to the clouds. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, why do they make me feel bad about this? This is incredible.
Look at Kyle's face right now. he's so fucking wasted.
No, it's good.
Kyle is doing his damnedest to keep it together for the show, but he is fucking wasted.
It's so stupid.
Like my thing, like what I would want to let go of.
That's not stupid.
I fucking hate. Like I've been a fat person.
Okay.
I've been a fat person. I know what that's like.
Yeah,
and
but Woody, the paramotors thing.
Fat acceptance.
Yeah, they all act like it's dumb. Kyle seems to genuinely think it's dumb, but it's not. It's flying.
Silly.
It's not fucking dumb.
I don't know why you didn't get a real plane.
They're not as cool. It's like a car versus a motorcycle. You know, one's a dirt bike in the sky, and the other is a car.
You go 35 miles
hold
an
on,
hour.
Kyle.
Chicks
Kyle,
drive
make your
Jeeps, men drive motorcycles. That's the fucking...
No, I you like it, so like that's all that matters. You know,
yeah.
But you shouldn't feel bad about it because we think it's silly.
I flew 2 hours today and turned the motor off. It was incredible.
Our opinion about your hobby doesn't matter. It's what it does for you. But we think it's rather silly, and that it would have been a better idea to like get like a lease on an airplane. Like
you are incorrect.
Where like 5 guys go in on like
I flew an airplane. Oh, you know what? I went skydiving last week. That was kind of neat.
Like 5 guys go in on a Cessna, and you could do fucking barrel rolls. You can fly like from Florida to North Carolina in a couple hours. And you can like pick your buddies up, like, hey, you want to go for you want to fly? Yeah, I'd love to fly. We'll hop in my airplane. We'll have a conversation while we fly across, the Southeast. Yeah. But instead, you're like 35 miles an hour.
I got tandem certified last week.
Like Casey Neistat.
Oh, now's for the real challenge to find someone who wants to go.
Yeah, that is actually kind of hard.
All right.
I want to talk about Robin Williams. Williams.
Okay. So you really not know that he killed himself, Woody? Was that news to you when we brought it up at the beginning of the show?
No, it wasn't news to me. I knew he hung himself. I didn't know that he used a belt. That was about, and that there was supposedly a note. That's what.
So what I was told today was that there was most likely a note because here's what the cop said in the interview. He said we're not discussing a note, or he said we're not discussing the note or a note at this time. And that was just like a huge context clue to me. Like, hey guys, there's a note, but we don't talk about that. So there's a note. He hung himself with a belt.
Well, hang on. It's really hard to accidentally suffocate yourself. You know what I mean? Like that's not an
he killed.
No one's saying it was okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was wondering. Okay.
I mean, the Kill Bill guy did it.
He left a suicide note. Definitely a suicide. He hung himself with a belt, and I was told today that he had slit his wrist a few times as well.
Damn.
He's been battling depression for a long time. Like it's a kind of I guess a well-known thing for him. I didn't know it.
I had no idea.
Yeah, but all of the comic community knew that he had been depressed.
He seems like he would have a dark side to me. His comedic style is so manic, so crazy and off the wall. He's just, oh, I'm this guy, and oh, now I'm this guy, and he's just like nuts.
We're leaving stuff out. He's been battling depression, cocaine, and alcoholism.
Yeah, he's been an addict, a very well-known addict. He went to rehab and everything. But he to me, I was still really surprised, and I still would have been really surprised, even if I had known that he'd been battling depression. Like he just doesn't he was so in all. I agree. He was really manic. He was a kooky guy, right? But he was always such a positive guy. He was always so happy. Like even his dark humor. Like I don't know if you watch his stand up. It's pretty like not PG for the kind of movies and films that he's kind of been known
blue.
for the past. Yeah. So like, but even in consideration of that, even during that, he's still like super jovial, super like really positive outlook guy.
And he was a great comic, great comedian, but he was a great actor. You see him in Good Will Hunting. You see him in Good Morning Vietnam. You see him in
Flubber.
He was a horrible actor. He was the biggest piece of shit.
Time out. Have you seen? Whoa! Have you seen Good Will Hunting?
He did not make Good Will Hunting. Watch Good Will Hunting again and pay attention to Robin Williams. He was fucking shit as an actor. And
I've seen it 3 times.
with Robin Williams on it, it's probably
I thought he was
bad.
really good.
He was good in Aladdin.
When he's telling that story about his wife farting herself awake, and then the audience gets a laugh, and you get this high moment, and then he starts talking about, and then the cancer took her away, and he's just like talking about this loss of his wife and this painful moment, and there's this time when Matt Damon's character like says something offensive about his wife, and he gets all physical, and like you're all of a sudden you're like, Robin Williams is a big guy, he'd whip Matt Damon's ass, and he totally could like. Good Will Hunting, Robin Williams totally whips Good Will Hunting, Matt Damon's ass. I think they even have like a question there where like I think Matt Damon asks Williams how much he benches, and he's like about 285. How about you? Don't worry about it. What's this book?
Yeah.
and you look at him, you're like, yeah, that guy's built. Like Robin Williams looked really powerful in that movie for some reason, which I'd never seen him look that way.
I look back.
I'm sorry.
I just watched that movie
here, and I'm not getting a chance to talk. Listen, one, he was a shit actor who played in a lot of shit films. It doesn't matter if we're talking about Mrs. Doubtfire. Was there a Mrs. Doubtfire 2? Maybe that's still coming out.
If there was, then he wasn't in it. You know how that goes.
I think he acted it, or I don't know. I keep hearing Weekend at Mrs. Doubtfire's. There was a Flubber. Was there a Flubber too? I forget.
Flubber's a kids movie, man. You can't throw that in there.
If Robin Williams is in a movie, it's probably him doing his signature sort of, Zany,
that's like, that'd be like if we're talking about Vin Diesel. So quick.
It's the same shit again and again and again. The guy had one character that he milked since Mork and Mindy. That's the first thing. And his comedy wasn't funny because again,
all the viewers are going to get that reference.
He had so many accents he could do, so many impressions. He could do every nationality. His John Wayne was great. He had all these bits, lots of comedy, years worth of work, several specials.
No one gives a shit about accents. No one says
and
Kevin Spacey's an amazing
Flubber?
actor
That's a
because he does
film.
accents. He did tons of children's films, and they all suck. And then there's another thing that I'm not getting out because
Robin Williams is he's good in a different reason, for different reasons. You're not going to compare Robin Williams as an analog to like Gary Oldman, right? Gary Oldman's a brilliant actor for a different set of reasons for why Robin Williams was a brilliant actor.
This talking about Robin Williams is not going the direction I thought it would. I thought it was going to be like man, I'm really sad about this. Like this is the first celebrity that's made me sad when I see him die. But Woody's just like overrated.
Overrated, but that's not my primary point. Shut the fuck up. My primary point, I'm not that mad, but my primary point is this. Everyone is celebrating this guy in reaction to him killing himself. No one was talking about him 4 days ago, right? But now that he killed himself, memorials are popping up. They're loving this guy. They're watching Netflix marathons. Movie theaters are playing his shit movies for free. And everyone...
Look, it comes from the same psychology. It came from the same psychology of Silent Minority, though. I mean, it's when things are good, when you're happy, when there's nothing bad going on, you don't have a reason to come out and start talking. When something bad happens, you come out and have a reason to start talking. And of course, people have
on the edge of suicide. They should hear this. You will not be celebrated like Robin Williams. If someone out there is thinking to themselves and they're on the ledge, what we're doing for Robin Williams is not what we should be doing. Fuck Robin Williams. And that's the core of where I'm coming from. Fuck this guy who killed himself. You know, if he had died of natural causes, if he had wanted to live and didn't, like I don't know, Patrick Swayze or any normal person, then I wouldn't be ripping on him. I wouldn't be saying any of this.
You're not nearly as hard on Heath Ledger because you liked Batman.
Because Robin Williams killed himself, I am not interested in turning this guy into some kind of national hero. He was a national treasure. He killed himself, guys. And there are other people who I swear are going to follow in his footsteps. And I'm not interested in that happening. Fuck this guy. Don't kill yourself. That's one of my biggest he hung himself and possibly split his list and no, dude, fight your demons. It'll get better.
I don't see it. I don't see it as black. I respectfully disagree. I don't see it as black and white as that, Woody. I think that, for example, all the attention that the media is giving it now is actually going to have another positive effect on calling more attention to the issue of depression, the issue of so many people who are affected by it. I was one of the people who didn't, and still am in a lot of ways, didn't truly really understand what depression's about, right? And the reality is if somebody like Robin Williams, who's, just loved and respected worldwide, Robin Williams I can't imagine he really had haters in the way that Justin Bieber has haters,
Listen
right?
to me.
So
listen for a second. I've been depressed and I've tried to kill myself before. And I know the psychology that goes into it for at least some people. And there is a certain, they'll love me when I'm gone. They'll miss me. They'll appreciate the good parts of me. There's a certain...
They'll wish they paid attention while I'm still here.
There's a certain I'll show them aspect to the act of suicide. And what we're doing with Robin Williams and celebrating what a national treasure he was, fuck that. No, dude. Robin Williams tried to kill himself, and I'm done with him. And the reason that I'm done with them is that I don't want you, whoever's watching this, to try and kill themselves too. And by the way, you are not going to get Robin Williams treatment. There are going to be people who love you, who call you someone who took the coward's way out. There are going to be people in your life who are like, fuck that guy. I'm so upset with him because now I don't have him anymore. And he did that to me on purpose. And then there will be people who are genuinely hurt that you're gone. But no one is going to give you the Robin Williams treatment. They're just going to be upset that you did this.
I really don't. I kind of disagree with both of you guys a little bit in that I don't think it's going to spark a very good conversation, maybe a little bit on suicide and depression and issues like that. But this is something that's happened 1,000 times before, and people will give a shit for 4 days, maybe a few more because it's someone famous, then they'll forget about it. And I also don't think it's going to cause anyone to kill themselves who otherwise wouldn't have. If it's not going to get somebody who's like, you know what, this week sucked. Robin Williams got a bunch of accolades. I'm going to try this.
It's not going to do that.
What it is going to do, though, is continue to propagate this victim culture that we have in the United States, where everybody wants to be a victim because it doesn't matter why you're victimized or if you truly are. It's just you want people to feel bad for you. And so people are going to see this as another way of like, yeah, I'm just like Robin Williams. I feel like that all the time. And people are just fishing for attention and using it selfishly. And so I think we'll see that more than anything.
All right, so here's where I stand on this whole thing. I think that there will be a little bit of positives that come out of this thing. I think that suicide and depression are going to... Someone will do a special on it. I can imagine there'll be some ABC special about Robin Williams. It'll be an hour long where they'll sit down and talk about him. And,
maybe a fundraiser or two.
And yeah, some stuff like that. Yeah, very much so. There could easily be a fundraiser. Like we joke.
Not.
Yeah,
I
totally.
hope not. I could just see a fundraiser kissing his ass for an hour.
You got your turn.
Okay.
Simmer, motherfucker. All right, so look, I don't think anyone's going to hurt themselves because Robin Williams did it. Nobody's going, well, the genie did it. I might as well. Nobody is doing that. I don't think. I think it might even prevent a suicide or two when people see the pain that maybe this has caused. I'd like to see his family on TV crying. Maybe that'd help keep some people from hurting themselves. But I think that Robin Williams was an excellent comedian. I think he's top 5%, top 10%. I think he was an excellent actor for the comedic films he did. I really enjoyed Good Morning Vietnam. I really enjoyed, was it The Fisher King, maybe? And Good Will Hunting, and
Dead Poets
he has
Society.
One where he goes
a bunch of other boring shit.
I didn't care for that one.
I think by far the hardest job is being a landlord. And the
this is a good take. I like this. Yeah.
Because these guys are giving people places to live, taking
the nation's
all the
heroes.
houses, the nation's heroes. 9/11 responders wish
they were landlords.
that they were landlords.
Dude, this needs
in
to
the
be
most heroic city of New York. Salute to the landlords of New York City, the finest people in this United States.
You got that aggressive, emotional.
I think it's about time landlords got their due.
Like you're crying on the inside. You're so goddamn proud. That salute.
If you want to own a home, don't blame a landlord for buying it first. Do what the landlord did to earn that home.
Bird catches the worm.
Shows his parents properly.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Just
You're the idiot who chose poor parents. Don't blame them.
Dumbass.
Why didn't you strike while the iron was hot in 1988?
Why don't you just get a big building and don't care if there's running water in it, and then shove a bunch of people in there on government subsidies and you get your money?
You know what what I always do come back to is, why don't they move to a more rural area?
Who?
And anyone who's complaining about these things, about the high prices of things, they often live in these big cities where things are really expensive. And okay, you got to live in a city to do your job. Move to fucking Atlanta, bro. Do you know how cheap it is in Atlanta compared to any other major city you've heard of in America? Boston, fucking New York, LA, all those places. Atlanta's cheap as shit.
For a major city.
Yeah, my rent is like, I have a big house with many rooms, and it's low rent. It's my rent is double what I paid when I was 19 in a 1-bedroom apartment. And this is a house. It's so low you don't feel bad about renting here, that you get so much value for your money, and especially if you're splitting it with somebody. So, but I hear about these people with $2,500 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, and my God, how could you stomach that? Unless you're geared in, you're a guy like Tucker, you know, who's really profiting from being right there in town where he can collaborate and do things. What the fuck are you doing? Why aren't you in Atlanta? Why aren't you in a suburb? Why aren't you in the country? If you could let go of being a cosmopolitan person in the big city, I bet you'd live a happier life in some smaller town where gasoline costs the same, but everything else is cheaper. Like the rent where I'm from, if you don't mind living in the country, you know, it's hundreds of dollars, not thousands of dollars.
If you're like a Twitch streamer who just doesn't do anything but stream from like their room, like you could be the king of Omaha. Like you could be the guy in Oklahoma City who owns the biggest house in Oklahoma City. You could have a compound. People around you will start to talk. Like
land is so cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah. The property values are
in LA.
Property's like $6,000 or $7,000 for an acre. When you get out into the country, you know, compare that to just millions of dollars for a quarter of an acre, which is what you see in the cities. It's I don't know. I never hate the landlords, but what I do hate is I don't like the blind hate against anyone who rents a property, because that's what I feel, what I see most on the internet.
Property.
Like
who rents out a property, anyone in general who accepts rent. But I really don't like the gigantic corporations that are coming around and just buying everything up over market values, driving those values up, and then just renting everything out. They own entire neighborhoods out here. Like every one of my neighbors has the same trash can, huh? How'd that happen? Like every one of these houses is owned by some big company. We're all just every month.
It might be my age, but I no longer have much patience for people who hate the way the world is, as opposed to the ones I admire who try to thrive in the way the world is. So like whatever, if you go into nursing and then spend your entire career complaining that nurses don't make enough money, dude, it was that way since before I was born, and I'm really old. Like nursing salaries didn't catch you by surprise. Oh, did you become a veterinarian and now you have a tremendous amount of student loan debt and your salary is not that of a doctor, of someone who's equivalently educated? You should have went into this wide open. Save the tears for your mom, who might give a flying fuck, because I'm not that guy. I don't care. This is what you signed up for. And again, like, does this guy own like 4 houses on the side? Yeah. He scrimped and saved during his 20s, bought some houses during his 30s, made some good moves. And now in his 40s, he's got a couple homes to rent out, and he's got some passive income. Do it. Do it. It sucked for him. I guarantee you. He didn't have a nice car when he was saving for those homes. He didn't take the vacations. He didn't, he missed out on a lot of cool shit so that he could set himself up for his future. Those options still exist today. And you just discredit everyone before you who scrimped and saved and like got ahead.
It's definitely different now. Like homeownership is not as easy as it was 30 years ago. Like wages have stagnated, interest rates are crazy right now. Just the market of homes is insane. Like, and so I understand what you're saying, but I will push back a bit that like this generation of young people now, like the possibility of homeownership that was available to people who were their age now in 1987, like isn't there.
So I actually agree and appreciate that, but there have been pockets like this before. I remember in the 80s when we bought our beach house or something, the interest rates were like 14% on a mortgage or something. It was really high. And I remember my father, I think he got an 11% mortgage and was like, damn, we're doing pretty well. They're still way lower. What's the mortgage rate now? 7%, something like that?
Yeah, but the total of the house is so much higher.
Well, yeah. But what my point is there's going to be whatever 5-year pockets in history where it's not a good time to buy, and it's hard to time those and get it right, but it will get better.
I don't have your
interest rates will go back down.
I don't have your experience or maybe even your eye for this sort of thing, but it seems to me like it's not going to change anytime soon because of what I mentioned earlier. The way that when those companies come around, they don't just buy everything. They buy the houses you wanted. They leave you with these scraps where it's like nobody wants to buy those homes. Like it's hard to find a home that isn't owned by, I don't know,
Zillow or BlackRock or
one of those gigantic companies.
So much of the economy is red hot right now, and people don't think it is because they don't. Trump would have been way better at like talking about the hot spots in the economy, but the fact that unemployment is crazy low right now and housing prices are high and they had to raise interest rates in an effort to cool off the economy because we're kind of too heavily employed and that stuff. That won't last forever. There will be a recession at some point. And
Germany's
all those houses that bought those, all those companies that bought those houses will lose their fucking shirt if they bought when it was high.
2 quarters of negative growth. That's a recession, right? That's the definition.
Did you say 2?
2 quarters.
Yeah, I thought it was 2. I don't know. Somehow I heard 3.
Germany's in a recession.
Are they?
Yeah. I at least the internet claimed it was today.
I want to have it when I'm playing Pokemon Go, so you can see me go from kind of content to absolute rage immediately, just to see. From when, oh, look at that. Finally something fucking new. Let's try and throw the ball. Oh, and it froze. Well, hopefully this hard restart, it'll still be here. Oh, no. Nope, no more Charmeleon for you, idiot. Not for you. Go back to Pidgeys, you fuck. That's how I feel in this game right now. I've caught so many Pidgeys that it's bananas. I've caught like 1,200 Pokemon, each worse than the last.
I want to
Did you see
talk.
GameStop put up that Facebook video today? It's like it's like a meme, like a 1-minute video meme about hatching Pokemon, and it starts off like loading, putting a egg into an incubator, and then it's like Forrest Gump on the porch as he starts to get running. And then he takes off running, and it's like he just keeps running or whatever, and it shows like the meter going up on the incubator, and then the fucking thing hatches, and it's a Pidgey.
So, dude, you got your like skydiving license for a video, and you just like sort of hustled and you got it all. I was under the impression that you like had it, and that's why you were appropriate for that video. You were just like, no, I'll learn to do it, and then we'll make it happen, and it took a month.
For sure.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now the wingsuit thing.
But have you had that? Have you had that moment yet, though? Like that's what I was getting at. Have you had that moment where you've been able to kind of sit back and appreciate the? I hate
the grandeur of it all.
This stuff.
It's okay.
The beauty of like the moment.
So
I feel like a hippie.
I mean, totally. Like
go
you're
ahead,
up there
Taylor.
with
You
God.
answer the question.
But anyway, with Pokemon Go,
it's not natural, right? It's nothing that you experience. It's nothing you experience up until that point. So it's really unique.
I hung up on him because he's fucking with me.
I'm so tired of it every show.
I just dropped. Did I drop?
Bummer about that.
Shithead hung up on you.
Oh, did you hang up?
That was the most popular thing in the world.
Oh, God. Okay, hold on. God fucking forbid we talk about literally the biggest thing on the planet. Let's talk about something that 60 people in the southeastern United States are doing right now.
I hear where you're coming from.
There's thousands.
Thousands. Wow, thousands. Well, this is... how many of our audience are paramotoring? One.
Go ahead,
including
Taylor.
the hosts. No,
it was like Richard's doing this thing. It's tremendously interesting. We were going to talk about it. It's sort of something we have in common with the guest. And like he asked me a question, and you literally answer it instead and take it to Pokemon Go. And I don't even know what's right here because you're right. It is totally popular. You know, it's bigger than Twitter, right? So I haven't cut off any Pokemon talk thus far, but. You know, I also don't even get a chance to jump in.
But this is 3 hours long, right? So
yeah.
we got time to cover it all.
Yeah.
4 hours.
4 hours, yeah. So there is time for everything, but go ahead. I feel like I'm being a baby. Go, you talk about Pokemon. It doesn't pass, but whatever. I need to see the end of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Burnt Peanut? Dude, so this guy, he's a Twitch streamer mostly. He's on a YouTube streamer as well. He's like super huge. He's pulling 80, 90,000 people on a stream right now. And he drinks a lot and he's really reactive and expressive. He's good at the game. As a matter of fact, I bet he's very good at the game. But because he's reading chat and stuff at the same time, he just looks good. And he's hilarious. He's so aggressive. He's so he's opinionated. He's a peanut on stream. He's a burnt peanut. And he'll go off about, he hates being called a VTuber. I don't understand. I don't know the joke behind it, but he goes absolutely nuts about it. What'd you say?
He is a VTuber.
Is VTuber where you don't show your real face and you pretend you're a cartoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he uses his own eyes and mouth.
He's got the Conan O'Brien thing where it's very off-puttingly his mouth and eyes on a peanut.
Like annoying orange.
Yes, but so funny. And he I just watched him recently. Goop is his word for the loot in this extraction shooter. So the point is to kill other people, get all the good prizes, and then leave with it. And his friends are all like, man, it seemed like there was a battle and there's no loot, there's no goop. And he's like, yeah. And they're like, I mean, did we kill 9 people? Could have been. Where are the bodies? And he's over encumbered, so his person's walking super slow. And they're like, dude, why are you walking like that? I'm trying to solve the same mystery you all are. I don't know.
We're all trying to find the guy who did this.
But it's so funny when
this guy's dressed as a hot dog too. Oh,
when he plays the game, he looks kind of to the side, and when he reads chat, he looks forward, but he knows what he's doing. So he's like, I don't know where the goop is either. And he goes back to playing.
Why doesn't he show his face? He's gotta pop that face out there for the peeps.
I think, dude, when you roll a 20 on the die, don't re-roll it. My suspicion is he's heavy. I don't think you can be really fitness oriented and drink as much as him. So maybe the peanut thing, if you work in entertainment, is perfect.
Is that a bit of an act too? Is he? I guess you only know from his streams.
Yeah, I'm fooled. Plus, you can see, the glass go to the mouth. Well, I don't know what's in the glass or what.
Yeah,
but he doesn't call it alcohol. It's tequila, but he calls it silly sauce or something like that. And when you kill people in this game, they don't instantly die. Instead, they crawl around for a little while, and sometimes they beg for their life. And he plays into that for a while, oh, Mr. Silly, why should I spare you? I'm a big fan. That's not enough. Or when it goes in reverse, the rules completely change. Gentlemen, it's me, your favorite streamer. And he gets revived a lot. People beat him, and then they bring him back to life just so they can play the rest of the round with him.
He's probably way better at the game than you're seeing between the chat reading and if he's he's drinking a ton of silly juice, which is tequila is real alcohol.
a goddamn horse farm or something, or you live in the mountains, and he's got a big daddy
or
truck.
trailer life, like van life, but with trailers.
Yeah, you're gonna live that van life.
That's
maybe.
even lower class than van life.
These are like campers,
like
travel trailers.
It's like a co-op
okay.
thing. One guy has the fucking truck, and then you have a van. You take the engine out, so now you got a much bigger space in your van to live in. The other guy
in the engine compartment.
Okay, so then in the
Mad Max
poverty ladder, private is van, and then private first class is trailer. Like still very low on the white trash-o-meter. Like Mac and Charlie would even agree that that's white trash.
Now, if you converted a regular van to be a living space versus converting a utility trailer to be a living space, which is lower?
Oh man, what kind of
utility trailer?
Like one of those hallmarks that like the back door goes up and shuts. Would you like me to find a picture?
Yeah. Please.
Yes, like
a pop-up
I'm picturing
camper?
the kind of thing.
You know what a pop-up camper is? It's like flat and then it like pops up, as the name would suggest. I knew a guy who lived in one of those back on someone's property. That was so pathetic. That guy would
You guys are gonna laugh at this, but people take things in this class and convert that into a living space.
Oh my god!
Man. No,
oh my god! That's like the guy I was just talking about is pathetic. That's so much worse than what he lived in.
I have a friend,
There's
a third friend who did that.
Windows.
This is horse shit, Woody. You need a better class of friends.
I envy him. I like his trailer. I think it's cool.
This is hobo life.
He has an air conditioner mounted in his side.
White trash.
Mad Max would not live in that.
It's cool.
He told one of the
no, it's great. And he went on this thing called
bum fight winners. They were like, you can either choose to live in this trailer we've renovated for you, or you can take the 30-pack of Bud Light. Yeah, we'll take the 30-pack Bud Light. Yeah.
No, it's
Are
cool.
you sure?
It's cool. It has an air conditioner. It has like solar, and it's got batteries in it, and like a refrigerator. Like it's insulated. And he can tow it and just.
I'm excited about the insulation. How thick is the insulation? How much living room do you lose for insulating this?
It's an inch thick. You don't know like the foam core 1 inch like insulation you would get at Home Depot that comes in 4x8 sheets. I don't know.
Insulation, Wall Street Journals taped together. Probably
you say tomato, I say tomato.
Just upturned egg cartons taped.
Yeah, they put insulation on the side, then they'll like panel it, with wood paneling and make it look first class.
So white trash.
This is so white trash.
Maybe I have an inner white trash in me that's just like, I think it'd be fun to hook this up.
We've all got an inner white trash, and we have to fight it.
But it's not the trailer that I love so much. It's the adventures. It's the I think to myself like, well, what would I do? I just get hotel rooms. But no, these people are staying in places where there aren't hotel rooms, and they're waking up to the sunrise and doing their thing. And by the way, you get a hotel room. What if I go to bed at like, I don't know, 10:30, and I miss like an epic campfire bonding session that only happens when you live in a converted Hallmark trailer?
Well, nobody gets screamed
who else
at that
is
night.
at that campfire? Because everyone else is staying in hotels.
I don't know. I guess I'll just recline the chair in my truck like I always do because my wife doesn't want a lawn ornament. And
It's like saying, you never know who you'll meet late at night in the dark alley. You do never know. It might be a fun guy. I'm not gonna roll those fucking dice.
I'm with Jackie on this one. I'm sure you've been like, but it fit in the stables. We just roll it in there. Nobody'd see it.
You know what sucks? I have two trailers already. I've got a short one and a long one, and it's really hard.
But you could put this one on the other ones. Just
I
roll
didn't
it up.
think of that. We could stack trailers.
Yeah, man. Trailer on a trailer. Trailerception.
It's a pretty hard.
This is the worst idea you've had in a long time.
Yeah.
And you fly through the air on a lawnmower.
But I feel like you should be encouraging him just for that reason. Think about the stories he'd come back with having done this.
He wouldn't come back.
Hey, welcome to the PKA episode.
Jackie, it'd be PKA with Jackie, and she'd be like, "They got him. They got him. The fucking. It was all a ruse. They have him in Mexico now. They want $1 million.
Oh man.
They got him.
I can't imagine something worse than living in something like that. That would be awful.
It's my idea of a cool week or two. or month or two. Yeah.
I hope you do it.
So bad.
because that would be very funny.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're gonna get a story out
All
of
right,
this.
cheers. Like I need you to produce PKA January 4th through 12th. Just saying.
All right, so you could totally do it and build the thing and then sell the motherfucker because you're not going to enjoy it. After you do it once, I think you're going to be like, that was an experience.
Dude,
I
would enjoy it. I'm built for that. Dude, I remember when I first started camping, I set my tent up in the backyard just because I hadn't gone camping since I was a Boy Scout and I hadn't been like the lead on camping ever. So I set up my tent in the backyard in Apex and I started sleeping out there just to make sure like my stuff was warm enough. I didn't want to be in the middle of nowhere when I first tested that out.
Yeah.
After like 5 days, Jackie's like, you're going to have to come back home. The neighbors are gonna get the wrong idea. You can't sleep. You can't live in the tent because I liked it so much. I just slept in the backyard every night. It was like I really liked it.
Can you imagine the conversation your neighbors were having where they're like, Jesus, what did he do?
Yeah, right?
5 days out there. Holy shit.
5 days. He lives in a tent. He has 4 sleeping bags on.
Should we offer something?
No. His wife would not like that. No.
I loved it. I loved it. What is this?
Oh my God. You got one, Chiz? $22,000 for this 07 Sprinter. Let's see these pictures. Oh God, is that a mosquito net? What is that? I see a propane tank of some kind.
Man, if you drop $22,000 on this, you're gonna be shit out of luck when all these, rape claims start rolling in. And you have your van life.
Oh, look at that! It's got room on the back to throw like your paramotor and all kinds of gear. Look on the back, all kind of shelving there for clothes and.
It should be mandatory when they do this to disclose how long they lived the van life for. Was this like a 2-week like safari he tried and was like, this isn't gonna work. This isn't gonna work. Or is this like a man who really loved it? I think that should be part of the sales description.
Dude,
it should be.
God.
Well,
Give
one
it some
thing
character.
I'm happy about is I feel like what Chiz found accurately describes what a van life van is like. It's not first class, right? This is like construction grade plywood. No one grabbed any furniture grade plywood when they put this thing together.
Yeah.
But I don't know what this one is. Do you see the picture? It's like a stove with some shitty rusted backsplash. Like, what am I looking at?
It's a piece of shit. is what it is.
It's like they found
what you're looking at, Woody, is rusty backsplash.
That's your stove. That's your stove. There's
the stove and the backsplash. I swear they're like, oh, this
cabinet in the back.
Well, that's so you don't burn the thing down.
This tin roof, this perfectly good tin roof blew off a barn.
That's what it looks like.
Decorate my fan with it.
Look at this bed. Look at this bed. Do you think that any of us could lay horizontally in a van?
Absolutely.
No,
absolutely.
there's no way.
I could. I would be happy.
It's like 5 feet.
I would lay in there and look at my kayak paddle on the ceiling, as happy as can be, thinking about the morning's adventures.
Oh, man.
No, I'd be upset with whoever peer pressured me into going on a van trip.
Yeah.
Are
you
it
sure
would have to be a
renting,
very cute girl.
Are we? It's thousands and thousands of dollars to rent a motorhome.
It looked like it was like $1,500 a week baseline, but then the miles started racking up at like 25 cents a mile after some small amount.
You know what the worst nightmare of all time would be?
Huh.
If Chiz found a sponsor who'd hook us up with an RV and they wanted me, you, and Woody to make some sort of brown country road trip, and the three of us had to live together in a van, I'd fucking blow my brains out.
That would be sponsored also by 100% food. What the boys will be consuming the entire trip. On the bright side, that should plug them up so pooping won't be an issue until they return.
I'm not bad to sleep with now. I snore on an Olympic level. That was the thing. But with the BPAP machine, I am the most non-snore. No, it's very quiet.
Now it just sounds like a low pressure air compressor going on.
No, all goofs aside, it's super quiet. You can't hear it, and you can't hear me. It's fixed the problem.
Maybe Chiz could see if he would rent you this van for a period of time at a reduced rate compared to what you're going to get in the commercial side of things.
So Chiz buys this 07 Sprinter. He lives in it. but he rents it out to us for a
No, I
limited
wasn't
time.
thinking Chiz would buy. I thought you would perhaps contact the buyer and see if he could set something up for you guys. But
maybe he'll
that would
take
be
it off the
advertised.
market and hook me up with it for a little while.
Oh my God! Look at the Econoliner he just linked here. Now this, you could slay pussy in this. Oh, that green.
Yeah, whether they want to or not. Yeah.
That's
man. No, this is just as stupid. This
is
just
a
as
much better bed though. Like this.
You
is
like
a
the
much
bed
better
more?
I prefer this bed.
I don't know how I feel about the walls.
Can you imagine how loud drive sound is anytime you're not on the highway?
The walls
Where
are like
every
shingles.
little stop and go is rattling, the shittily made bed rocking all over the place.
Oh my God.
Man, this would be uncomfortable.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck this. Fuck this.
Right?
Where's your
this
sense
so
of
much.
adventure? This is the
All right, now this
60s reincarnated.
$62,000 van. All right, now this is a different story. This $62,000 van, you could probably get some pussy in this. It's got some. This isn't that bad.
See, the only way you're getting pussy in this van still is if it's pussy
She's gonna
that
be
you
hair.
brought with you who understands what's going on. I don't think
gonna
you're
be
bringing
pussy
any
with
new
armpit
gals
hair.
back.
This
No, you can
guy's
get
got
some hippies
money.
in there.
This freaking barbecue is like $1,000. Those green
Well,
eggs.
Yeah, but it's a green egg the size of an ostrich egg, so you can cook like one hamburger in it really well.
Oh,
Yeah,
look,
that's
look
true.
at the last picture. That's the dream.
That's the nightmare.
Oh, come on.
Freddy
Look.
Krueger is in there.
The nightmare.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, and he's on a beach with it, like that. I can't tell you how little,
Look,
how unappealing.
I may not
this
be the
is.
most adventurous guy and old timer or anything like that, but I enjoy traveling, getting out. This would be the worst fucking way to see anything. You kidding me? Like maybe
Really?
if this were an affordable thing for like a guy in his early 20s who this was affordable and he could do this, maybe you could like sell it for a period of time, but like anyone of any like means at all, like this would be fucking terrible.
I have
Oh,
one
yeah.
friend with a van, one friend with a trailer, one friend
Why?
that wants a van, and like this is an
What is
appealing.
it? The water?
Like why
So
is it
wives.
here?
Are they drinking
It's their
something?
wives.
See, like,
No.
You
they're
have
getting-
to have
I
a
see,
real
they're not-
beast-a-gore at home for you to prefer living in a van on the road somewhere.
They're not running
That's
to
all
something.
it can
They're
be.
running
and
from
I'm
something.
It
and
has
this
like a fan in the ceiling that makes the air inside just like the air outside. It's just constantly circulating. It's like protected tent camping. I'll admit it's luxurious. It's glamping, right? Glamorous camping.
What are you drinking over there, Taylor?
This is Dewar's White Label.
You know how many
That is-
bottles of that I would need if I lived in a fucking van?
Yeah, right. Seriously.
You would need plenty. Like, I would rather go to the dentist, I think, than go camping in one of these vans.
If
Because
You're
that's
breaking up
over in a
again.
couple hours, and then I can go back to my home. Oh, shit.
If I had to choose between living in a van for a week and driving from like Northeast Georgia to, let's just say, it would be about to Arizona. A week is like to Arizona and back, like Grand Canyon and back. Go to Nevada. If I had to choose between that and going to the dentist every day and getting a root canal, I would choose 6 root canals over 6 days in a van.
Let me just jump in for a second. Because I think you guys are shitting on it for the show, and I respect that. We all sometimes, take our real selves and amp it up a little bit because it's funnier.
Nope. This is 100% me.
You wouldn't really choose a daily root canal.
I would choose a daily root canal.
That is
over-
crazy. You don't
They
think
don't
there's
hurt
not a
that
part
much.
of you that thinks it's fun?
Let's be realistic. You wouldn't do a daily root canal.
I
You would
would
do a
do a
daily.
daily-
You would do a daily cleaning though.
I would do a daily root canal. It takes an hour and it doesn't fucking hurt. And they give you some drugs afterwards. I would choose a daily root canal. It's 1 hour of uncomfortableness and some Tylenol 3, which is a good time. And
You're just factoring in the drugs.
Yeah, I really think this is about the Tylenol 3.
What about Tylenol 3 in a van?
Tylenol 3.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait. Let me just throw this out there. What if we had a daily root canal and Tylenol 3 or a van and Tylenol 3?
Daily root canal, Tylenol 3.
Wow.
I would have to be on heroin to enjoy the van life.
Kyle, I bet
You'd enjoy every raindrop, Kyle.
This too. Like, it's fun to stay at these places and go to these places, but it fucking sucks driving as traveling long distance. I'm not a big fan of that in the first place. The idea of a van traveling right off the bat kind of throws me a little bit.
Yeah.
Now the idea of like living all the time in the same fucking van you're traveling in seems even worse than some level.
I have done a lot of long distance driving. I have driven all over the fucking country, thousands and thousands of miles. I put like 180,000 miles on one vehicle doing this shit. Just so much fucking driving. I know what it's like. It's awful. You get up with I'd be doing all the driving. I'd be doing all the driving if it's me and a girl, or if it's me and like a couple dudes. I'm gonna be doing all the fucking driving. I'm gonna get out, my neck's gonna go clunk, 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 and I'll be like, oh god, my back. I wish I had my foam cylinder roller to like pop my back, but there wasn't enough room because we're living in a van.
Yeah, we couldn't scoot aside the shit buckets far enough to fit my foam roller.
You do have to give up things like foam rollers and
I'm telling
toilet
you,
paper.
I'm not amping it up a bit. I can't tell you how unappealing the van life is to me. It just I'm 100. That's just 100% honesty. Like if we were off the show right now and you're like, no, Kyle, for real though, I got the van. Let's go. Even if we were going somewhere I wanted to go, let's say we're driving from my house in the van and we're going to the Bunny Ranch to fuck top end whores. I still wouldn't go.
Yeah, I'd meet you there.
All right, I'd go.
I'm flying. I'm flying. That ticket is $325. I'm flying.
Actually, it's considering that van and how much you've loaded it down with pasta and breadsticks or whatever the fuck you're going to be
noodles
eating
or whatever else.
Ramen noodles. Like, it's going to be more expensive than just flying to the prostitute house.
Yeah.
No,
I'd like to go to the Bunny Ranch and fuck some of those whores. There are some top tier looking.
Are they
bitches
not
on
in the
Let's set a Patreon goal.
In
to get me and Kyle, Patreon goal to get me and Kyle to the Bunny Ranch.
Y'all fill that. I'll vlog that.
One last thing. Didn't you do a video one time about like investing?
Yes. Yeah.
Was it just like one video?
It was one good one and then a second one. Is how I would describe it.
Dude,
it's not that
I'm telling you, have no idea. Younger than me, I watched that and you talked about I think you talked about compound interest.
Get rich
and,
slowly, yeah. 22.
Yeah, and how with a little bit of money at the start, you can make a few $1 million over a long period. That blew my mind, and that really did change because I was very young when I watched that, and I think that had a big impact on my life. Every time I heard anything about investing, I always thought Woody told me, if you just start with a little and give it time, you can make millions of dollars.
A couple years have passed, and every so often people hit me up on Reddit or something and tell me that they follow that advice, and it's where they are now and how they're on the path. And there's a few videos I've made that I'm really proud of and that they had a positive impact, and that's one of them. So I feel really good about that one. People want more, and it's I almost just want to make the first one again so people see it.
100%. Yep.
But I have this idea about sudden wealth, and I'll lay it out for you. So if you're in a position where wealth gets dropped on you, or maybe you have a short career that's incredibly, the revenue is fantastic, I think about, what do you do, right? If you make $1 million a year, should you live like a millionaire? And I think this applies to you, but I'm also thinking UFC fighters or basketball players or whatever. And the guideline I like to give is you should live like you are annually making 10% of your net worth, right? So if you're worth $2 million, you can have a lifestyle of someone who makes $200,000. And then as that ratchets up, right? If you do that next year, maybe you do it again. Now you have $4 million. You can live like someone who makes $400,000 a year. And if you do that, then you will both live nicely and have a beautiful nest egg at the end of it, at which point, you come out of this and say, all right, now I can start figuring out my investing strategy and my long-term lifestyle strategy, right? It wouldn't shock me if you followed that. And then at 28 years old, I'm making this up and don't take it as insulting, your career's over, right? You've had 7 more years on YouTube just exploding and things go fantastic for you. It would be wonderful if what does that make you, 28 years old? You find yourself worth, I don't know, $25 million, $35 million or more, and having lived a nice life on the way there, right? Because right now, you're in your revenue accumulation thing, right? You're making profits. it's almost a distraction to try to figure out, a long-term investing strategy. But if you just,
it is.
Yeah,
right now,
right?
my long-term investing strategy is my YouTube channel, but like YouTube's gonna have like easily a decade run as the biggest video sharing platform. Like there isn't a competitor, and it's like honestly, like what better? Because like I own I did, and I've tried real estate and all that stuff, but like there is no better investment than my YouTube channel. There just isn't. Period. Like just throwing money.
That's where your time should be focused. And. On the other hand, I do love what Queb is doing and is diversifying in his video games and his real estate, and that's all great. But like for you, like I would just love to see you sort of, to turn what you're doing into a profit center of some sort, at least keep some of it for you and live on 10% of your net worth, right? I don't know. I couldn't even guess what your net worth is.
Yeah, but live on is different because I don't spend shit. Like I drive a shit car and I have a very average house. Like it's literally 100% my videos. Like I bought a BMW i8 and I tried that lifestyle, but I don't care for it. Like literally all I want in life is to be successful, and that's where all my money goes.
Because there are a lot of people who would make $1 million and not realize that that's not a forever thing, right? But I think if you're in like YouTube entertainment, or if you're an athlete, or et cetera, then you have to realize like how I think an average pro NFL player works 3 years. Right, he's got a
really?
3. Yeah.
Really?
Wow, booted fast.
And Taylor, do you have any guess what an average NHL player would play?
Oh, NHL probably like 3, 4. Yeah, I mean, pretty much every pro sport. You don't hear about the guys who only stick around for a few years, but that's most of them.
Right. So those guys making $800,000 for 3 years should be living on 10% of their net worth, and then when that's all wrapped up, they'll find themselves with a couple million in their pocket, ready to start the next phase of their life. And that's what I would wish upon you, in your case, hopefully tens of millions of dollars. And when you start the next phase of your life, you're like, all right, well, that was cool. What's next?
That is interesting about the football players. And isn't it like 60% of basketball players go broke, right?
Right.
I think, NFL and NBA, they like a huge percentage of them go bankrupt within like 7 years or some shit.
When you put it like that, though, how Woody did, it makes a lot more sense. Because I always wondered how, but it's like they're thinking they're going to have these long careers. They spend their first year's paycheck on a car and a house, their second one on other stupid stuff, and then like it's all over and they barely have enough money to pay like the bills.
Yeah. They're making $800,000 a year in the NBA, not realizing that that's a 3-year span of their life. If they had lived on, the first year $80,000, the next year $160,000, and the last year $240,000, then they would have finished on the other side of that with millions in the bank and ready to kick off whatever's next. Well,
I do think it is, though, to bring it back to me, a different scenario. Because I mean, if anything, my YouTube channel is an asset that technically, I would never sell it. Like that's not even a thought, but technically, it is an asset and it is valuable. You know what I mean? Like
it is.
Channels this size would go for, I don't even have to say it, but dumb amounts of money. And obviously, my videos autopilot. Like the minimum views I can pull a day because my catalog is just so interesting and they consistently get views is like 4 million views a day. Like if I went 20 days without uploading, every day I would pull 4 million views like clockwork.
Wow. Just to throw this out, like what if the YouTube algorithm changes in a way that doesn't favor your channel, right? What if they heavily emphasize, now YouTube wants to be like freaking Better Call Saul clip shows and crap like that,
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I mean, like it's pretty easy though. You just look at who benefiting from the change and who's hurting, and then you just draw conclusions. And I talk with dozens of YouTubers weekly on mastermind calls and things like that. I mean, it would take like 2 weeks to identify the change, and then I just implement it and start doing well. Any algorithm change can be easily found, and then you just adjust. And like that's the biggest thing is I'm just not hard headed. Like I'm willing to adjust and do whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's whatever.
Back in the day, there were mastermind calls like that, but we weren't very masterful at understanding.
Dude, I have 3 separate weekly mastermind calls. 2 of them I set up myself. And we literally assign each other homework. We're like, you go study this, you go study that. But we're at the point where there's nothing else to study. Like it's pretty straightforward now. The algorithm's been the same for years.
I'm you or maybe the new gen of guys, I think, hasn't worked out in a way that the old schoolers did not.
Yeah, that's hiring people. It's investing everything and just, putting a lot of emphasis on the ideas and just You know, I mean, basically that, just in going above and beyond and making sure you always differentiate yourself. Like, you just can't find content like this anywhere else. And if other people start doing it, I'm just going to go bigger. Because, like I said before, I'm just literally crazy. I don't care. And I think that's why I'm so big, and I'm going to keep going big, because I'm just not afraid to spend lots of money, and I'm not afraid to invest lots of time, and I'm just not afraid of any of it, you know? And I'm not afraid of falling off. I'm confident in my ability to just differentiate myself, and I just don't see why people would stop watching as long as I'm, you know, spending 10 times more and investing 10 times more effort into every video.
It's interesting. Yeah, I was the opposite. I was always not afraid of falling off, but predicting and knowing that I would fall off, right? And I would compare it to TV shows, right? Like I don't know what's a modern show that fell off, with a Veep or Game of Thrones, or
a better one would just be Disney Channel. Like, you know, Disney Channel used to pump out stars left and right, but now like no one knows who the hell is even on there anymore.
And where the hell is Taj Mowry now? Not such a smart guy.
With Disney, I don't know. Did their shows get worse, which is possible, or did people just get tired of that show? Right, which is always how I saw myself. Like, I don't think Mail Monday got worse. I think I just answered all the friend zone questions that there were to answer. You know, like enough is enough. And so I always sort of prepared for the end. And then when that end came, the Minecraft thing came. And then when that end came, I was like,
oh my God, I forgot about woodycraft.net. Oh my God, dude, I used to play on your faction server. I don't remember if you had other stuff.
Have I ever taken my 50 cal out shooting? Yeah, I think I've told that story before. But anyway, I have this 50 cal, and you need to see it. It's so heavy with this big bulky bipod on the front that most men can't shoulder it. I couldn't shoulder it. I've worked out since then, so now I might be able to shoulder it. But I swear, if I gave it to 10 people, 3 could do it. And thank you, I'm Kitty Cow, for the sub. I think it might say something. No? Okay. I don't know. It's not on my thing. But anyway, so back on topic. I saw your cheer. I don't want to read it because it was mean, but I read it to myself. Okay, so back on topic. I take this gun, and you have to. It comes in a case, and the case is like 6 feet long, and it's shiny and it's metal, right? Most people have these little plastic cases. This gun came with like a metal aluminum briefcase that, when stood up, it's almost as tall as me, and it's heavy. It's heavy, and there's an obvious heft to when you walk it. Ever carry like 5 gallons of gas in one hand? Your whole body's like crooked over, and you're trying not to have it bang against your knees. That's what carrying this gun is like in its box. It's a 50 cal. And so I take it out to the table, and I unbox it. And at this point, a crowd has gathered around, right? It's this shiny nickel gun with a bipod that probably weighs 11 pounds on the front of it. And it's obviously like a competitive work of art, super shiny nickel gun. And I have this crowd of people watching me, but you don't really have to be a great shooter to own a gun like this. You just have to have $4,000 or whatever the fuck it was. Thank you, Stringer 6. So I don't know the exact kind. It's been a while since I bought it, but I'll ask for permission and try to show it to you guys. Anyway, and I pull it out and I set it up on the bipod, and a crowd gathers around me because there's nobody else like this. It's an outdoor shooting range, but there's like a roof and, I don't know, 25 little shooting stations, and I'm at mine, and everybody stops shooting and gathers around to watch me shoot, which is not what I want at all. I don't want any attention. I'm safe to shoot with, but I'm not like special or anything. Like I usually know how to operate my guns, but I don't. This thing's brand new. It's a single shot 50 cal, which I hadn't had before. So I do what I think is right. I put the round in the barrel, and then I put the bolt in the back, and I go to tighten it down, and it doesn't tighten down right. Like, something's fucked up. I don't know what the scoop is, but it's happening wrong. And try to like, I have to like muscle the bolt off, like to get it out, and the bullet's stuck in there. I have pushed the bullet too far in. If you're a gun person, then you probably know what I did wrong. The bullet goes on the bolt, and then you put it in. You don't put the bullet in, then put the bolt behind it, like every other gun I have. Those guns are different. Anyway, so now I have a 50 cal, this giant fucking 50-pound work of art with a bullet stuck in it, and everybody watching me, and I don't know how to fix it. I'm like just toast, and like the crowd starts to disperse, but they don't just disperse. They disperse with murmurs of disappointment, like, well, that guy, no, he doesn't fucking deserve this gun type of disappointment. And so I'm like walking around this outdoor range, finding sticks, shoving sticks down the barrel, trying to push the bullet back out the other side. And it's not working. And I'm like, I'm taking this gun, this fucking $4,000 work of art gun, and I'm slamming it on my own boots, hoping that like the you know how like you get ketchup out of a bottle or something? I'm just banging it on my feet. And I'm like, yeah, right? I'm like looking down the barrel at the bullet and shit, but it's like I can't fucking get the thing out. And it's the worst experience. And I grab some more twigs and I stuff them in there, and you know, like you take a 4-foot long stick and you jam it against the bullet enough, and then you pull it out and it's a 3-foot long stick, and you're like, fuck. Now we have two problems, and everybody's watching me incompetently work this gun. They don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do about it. And yeah, gun owners can be huge assholes. They have no sympathy. They're so judgmental, right? If a gun owner doesn't see you like check the chamber on video or something, they judge you hard.
This guy can entertain you about DBD.
DBD? Anyway. So I think I forget if it was the stick shoving down the barrel or the slamming the gun on my foot, but I get the bullet out, and there's a nice gun owner there who's like, you know, I'm looking at that bolt. It looks like it slides into it, and it's like, aha, I think you're right, and I shoot it. The scope is not at all lined up with where it shoots, and I'm telling you, like. I don't know if you fired a rifle before. Fucking anybody can hit something at 50 meters. Like anybody. It's not even hard. Like on your first day, you can hit a bullseye at 50 meters pretty much. Like unless you're really scared and you jerk it off target. It's not a difficult distance. At 100 meters, you're probably going to hit it most of the time. But at 50, it's no big deal. Not only am I not hitting the bullseye, I'm not hitting the paper. The whole fucking paper. I don't know. I can't adjust the scope because I can't tell where the bullet went because it's nowhere fucking near where the scope is pointed. And every shot is $6. And, like, fuck. So, you know, you shoot $6 and you're like, what? What just happened? $12. Huh. I don't think it was me that time. $18. All right, this thing is definitely not shooting where I'm pointing it. $24. Did you guys see where it went? Is it high or is it low? $30. And I'm like, does anyone else want to do it? People saying you have to bore sight the scope are right. They are right. I've actually never done that. But what you do, you take the bolt out, and you can see through. Point it so that it's on the bullseye. Just eye it up, right? Get it right. And then adjust the scope so that it's also on the bullseye. And then at least you'll be on the paper to dial it in close. That bore sighting, it doesn't seem very complicated. I don't think I've ever done it. I've never had a gun that was so off target that I didn't hit the paper before. Every gun I've ever laid hands on, like, it just needed adjustment. It didn't need, like, brand new. Oh, they make cartridges that emit a laser out the tip so that the laser runs down the barrel. Oh, that's a neat idea. I didn't even consider that. But, you have a cammed Pontiac and you don't want the attention. I understand. Yeah, so you get it. And, like, everyone's watching me, and if I were king, I would just, you know, be messing with my new gun in private, figuring it out. So after about $60 worth of rounds, none of them like doing anything right, I let some other people shoot it, and it goes bang. It's super loud. Like, I think 388 Lapua is also really loud. Maybe you gun people can help me get it right. But it actually was tracer ammo, but no, it was daytime, and I just didn't see it. Like, it didn't help me. 338 Lapua. Fuck, I knew I got it wrong. But I'm told, if I remember right, I think it's also really loud. It booms. But a 50 cal booms like nothing else. Everybody else there with their 5.56s and their 30-06s or whatever, you know, they're they just sound like guns. Mine sounds like a cannon. It's a different thing, and it gets attention, and I don't know, like it. Part of me doesn't. I guess I really enjoy the gun, but I really hate the attention, and I wish that I could only shoot it in the kind of environments that Kyle often shoots, like at his dad's house, or used to shoot, I guess, at his dad's house, or you know, on his own property or something like that. You know, with friends. You know, he might bring a lady friend and take her shooting or something like that. Would be a great place for my gun. But at a public range where it's a matter of curiosity, it's not as fun.
If you look at the promotional, this is the promo image for the finale.
If you pull up this PowerPoint.
Right? You should have made a PowerPoint.
And then these two images here, these are the preview images for the season. So they sold us on this idea that Homelander was finally going to snap. And if you go back to, I don't know, right around season 3, there's a moment where Homelander is having a private moment with Starlight. And he's like, do you know what the mask comes off. He's like, you know what I fucking do? I take out the nerve centers. I take out the Air Force wings. I take out the White House, the Supreme Court, and all of Congress. And I have control of this little country within 45 minutes. There's not a damn thing you can do, or anyone on the planet. And you're like, oh my God, he doesn't do any of that. Eric Kripke got
takes
so
out the
upset.
president, right?
I mean, take him out. He'd already made him his lapdog, essentially. If Eric Kripke got so upset, so obsessed, he's the creator of the show, the showrunner. He got so obsessed with Donald Trump and hating Donald Trump that he had to make Homelander an allegory for Trump in every way conceivable and make him completely pathetic and irredeemable, which is not where his character was headed from the early seasons. If anything, we were getting sort of a like, well, he's awful, but you can kind of see why he's awful. Like, he was never incredibly pathetic. They also nerfed him. We didn't need the last 2 seasons. If you go back to Herogasm, when Butcher is souped up on Temp V, Huey is souped up on Temp V, and I think there's
Louis
Soldier Boy is there. So you've got 3 powerful soups fighting Homelander. He beats them all off, so to speak, and there's and he escapes. And the big problem was in that episode, you see Soldier Boy uses chest blast that takes superheroes' powers away. When he does it, it turns the 2 soups he hits into like dust. It vaporizes the whole house. When he does it the other time, it blows up the building where Queen Maeve was, and she's just dead. Now all of a sudden, it's like a UV light that we can just kind of shine wherever we want. The room's fine. The people holding on to the bad guy are fine. So everything from the reason we didn't use
the people holding him lost their powers too, right? His son lost the power.
But they weren't destroyed. Like previously, it's a nuclear bomb. Now it's a light that makes you weak. Like if you go back to every other time.
Am I crazy? Queen Maeve survived it.
She's dead.
I don't think so. No.
Oh yes.
No, she's
am I wrong?
Person
did she like
living her lesbian
life.
Thing? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she's gay and she just
even if
went
she
under
did,
the radar.
The room always explodes, and the superheroes that he's used it on were vaporized. There was like a boy and a girl. They were like twins who were at Herogasm. It was their house. He hits them with it, and they're vaporized. The whole reason that they didn't use the power on him at Herogasm was because they didn't want to kill, the innocent bystanders, and they let him go. In the finale episode, there's a part where Homelander flies to space and back in like 7 frames or something like that. But then when it comes time to fight the superhero team, which somehow infiltrates the White House, like on a whim, They infiltrate the White House. Oh, he used the tunnel. Well, why is no one manning the tunnel? We've seen how much Secret Service Trump has. Like Shane Gillis' sister was nowhere to be seen. They had one Indiana Jones hallway with machine guns in the ceiling, and then you're in the Oval Office, and no one will bother you, except for like the black religious man. There was no army of superheroes defending Homelander or joining him, hovering in the sky. He didn't go to space and blow anything up. He died and is in the Oval Office for some reason. Like he doesn't care about the Oval Office. Why is he in the Oval Office? Why is he on top of Vought Tower or something, like tearing the city apart?
That lends to your like weird director fantasy, like his like revenge violence fantasy about Trump. I've seen people online ripping it on those grounds.
Was clearly him like nonsense. I love that. They had to like downgrade Homelander's power for the finale to even work. They make him so slow very to get away.
Homelander's dad has the power to take people's powers away. That's like one of his big things. He's also strong and whatever. They're able to sort of replicate that and make someone else have that power. And that's how they neutralized Homelander. So once he was stripped of his powers, he became this pathetic guy. He offered, Butcher is the name of like the main anti-Homelander, the guy who's been trying to get him all this time. He offered to suck Butcher's dick. And when Butcher wasn't interested in that, he offered to eat his shit. And he looked super duper pathetic until they killed him instead. And I like to see it. Some of the Trump stuff was obviously intentional. Some of it wasn't. There's a whole storyline where Homelander made himself into a god. He like was taking down any church who didn't adopt Homelander as actual god. And the showrunners are like, we had no way of knowing when we wrote and filmed this that Trump was going to post AI versions of himself as God. That was something we didn't see coming, and it just worked out that way. It wasn't planned.
The whole fight at the end made no sense. Like in 3 episodes prior, he had cut Kimiko in half with a glance. He literally went and he cut her in half and completely like takes her out of the fight. Couldn't do that all of a sudden.
He just threw her.
He was fighting with like Butcher seemed to that last fight before Homelander gets depowered. And by the way, he's on V1 now, so this is Uber Homelander. He's supposed to be more powerful now in this final scene. He's so bad at fighting in this last scene that it's like, man, I think if you just add another superhero or two, like get that bomb sight guy back and get. That's the part I wanted to mention. So they tricked us into watching 2 whole seasons of Gen V.
5 whole seasons.
Yeah,
Gen V.
Gen
V. No. This is a different show. The spin-off show. They watched it. They got.
Is that the period blood one?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they got us with the promise that this was going to be integrated in, and you kind of needed to watch it if you were going to fully understand when these characters pop up in The Boys' final season. They pop up twice, maybe 3 times, and in every instance, Starlight, who only won 1 singular fight this season and maybe not one for a couple seasons prior. She won 1 fight this year, and she beat the most pathetic superhero in the whole show, the one who like mouth raped her in season 1. Goody Gumdrop. She didn't even mention the mouth rape. She didn't even make a pun about
the
suck on this
or whatever.
Suck on this and like punch him or whatever. None of that happened. She keeps telling Marie Moreau, who we've been told is like on Homelander's level of power, one of the very few in existence. She's period blood black girl.
She
keeps telling her like, she's like, you gotta go. You can't be here. You gotta go away. You gotta go to Canada and try to save as many people as you can. Oh, don't go near this fight. This isn't the fight for you. Meanwhile, she's the one who hasn't won a fight in years that even mattered. Marie is in the whole thing for like 3 scenes, maybe 30, 40 seconds. Her bulimic friend who turns into a giant is there for like less than 10 seconds. And her trans friend is only there for like maybe 15 seconds. Those 3 added to the final fight, and they don't need to depower Homelander. They can just beat him to death. By the way, keeping the Marie Moreau completely out of the action the whole season allows them to kill off characters left and right, because she can literally resurrect people. She's literally a resurrection magic person. You could keep her in the van outside. She can control
blood and bodies at like a molecular level and literally reanimate dead people. She can control people like puppets. To say that she's the period blood girl is just an insult, but she takes blood and uses it like a weapon, or just has complete control over her blood and other people's.
Yeah, incredibly powerful. You would imagine that she could just blow up Homelander's head as long as you like keep him from melting her instantly or whatever. So it was just a farce. The whole season, the whole thing was wasted. That show's canceled. So it's not like there's another season of that show coming where they're going to do more stuff. No. And if to make things worse, they spent vital episodes and scenes of this season on Soldier Boy. They froze Soldier Boy an episode and a half ago and said, he's done. He won't be in any more of this season. You know what he will be in? The next spinoff prequel show that we need. And Kripke is like, when you watch the spinoff prequel show, you'll understand more about Homelander. I'm like, the dead guy? The dead guy that turned out to be a big fart in the wind? Homelander was built up as so many things. Like his level of cruelty and evil was something to behold. It kept you scared when he's there.
Did he kill any of the other heroes ever? Like if he was enemies. So who? If he was so evil and
the Israeli guy,
Frenchy ain't French.
Oh! But he also killed Firecracker, and
she's not a boy though.
He said other superheroes.
Like I don't know the terminology, but like the people that were coming after him. Why didn't he what's the kind of plot armor for all of them in the previous 5 seasons that he didn't just fuck them up?
He lets them get away constantly. They were in after the whale explosion, they're all in some tunnels. And Homelander, who's fast enough to catch A-Train and break his neck with one hand, can't catch Huey in tunnels. They're in tunnels. He can see through walls. He can hear like Superman.
He's a human lie detector machine.
That's not the first time that Huey's escaped. I mean, Huey gets away on foot from Homelander, who is essentially a god, at least 3 times. I remember he crawled through some vents and got away, and they're like, the vents are made of zinc. Dude, I would fly into those vents like a slinky. Like I'd find you.
They didn't write him super well. I'm agreeing with some of this. Homelander at times was so powerful. I don't know how you beat this guy, right? Like he's a speedster, right? Right there. What do you do with a speedster? A speedster can't be hit. He can always get out of trouble. He can always get into and out of trouble. He can find anyone he wants. He should be able to find someone hiding in a closet in a city in no time at all because he goes like super duper extra fast. And
he does have to scan and look and perceive and take that information in. That's slowing him down.
Pop his head into every closet, I guess. I don't know. He's a speedster. They're hard to write for. It's like the only way to beat a speedster is for the writers to temporarily diminish their speed power.
Yeah.
So the reason that he didn't fuck up his enemies, his fellow boys or whoever trying to subvert him, was because he didn't feel like it for 5 years.
Well, there was this thing about his character where if the other people weren't scared, he never killed them. And that was pretty consistent through the whole show. If they stood up to him and just held their chin high, he would let them live almost every time.
There were multiple instances of it making sense for him not to kill the opponent that he's got in the room with him, because it's like these people are pathetic to them. Most of them he can't remember their names. He he doesn't think of these people as his arch enemies. They think he's their arch enemy. They're his minor annoyance. That he's like, what are you, Stewie, Louie? It's Huey. It's Huey. Oh, right. He doesn't care. And there was a long time where Starlight was sort of blackmailing him, and it's like, oh, don't kill Stewie or Starlight will fuck you up, and she'll show this information on you. So, but there are other scenes where he just couldn't catch them. They just end the scene, and it's like, well, wait a minute. I wouldn't want to be in the same zip code as Homelander if he's looking for me. He can fly and see through every material but zinc. They found translucent body at the bottom of the Hudson River in a zinc box. They'll find you. You know what I mean?
He can only not see through zinc.
Yeah, they make that the one thing. Superman can't see through lead. Homelander can't see through zinc.
Okay, and they had zinc covered air ducts.
Air ducts are zinc covered. I think it's what you use when you galvanize metal. You add zinc to it.
Huh. Well, I learned something new. Learned something useful from this discussion.
It was really upsetting. I think it was a show with so much potential. There were times when I was just annoyed with the gross out stuff. It's like, all right, I got it. And some of the dialogue is so what did he call the So Soldier Boy is basically a guy from the 50s who's been frozen and woken up. He's Captain America. But remember, Captain America woke up and he was like cool with the black boss immediately. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's from the 50s, right? 40s. This guy's from the 40s. And he's immediately okay with Sam Jackson being his boss. Okay, I'll believe it. Let's move the show along.
I don't think that's how it would have happened.
Soldier Boy wakes up and he's like, hop to it, toots. Get in there and suck my man dick. Like, he called Huey a cum guzzling butt pirate or something like that.
That's
like,
not a very 1940s insult.
No, well, he catches up to the times. He's very homophobic. He's always making like remarks about race and stuff like that. Like Jensen. Oh, that's another thing. Somehow they had an episode to reunite Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki from Supernatural, the two brothers. They're like, yeah, let's get Jared Padalecki in for an episode. We'll do a whole spin-off thing where Homelander and Soldier Boy do a father-son look for superpowers kind of. And it's like, man, you've got so few episodes here. Why are you focusing on these new throwaway characters? Like, Padalecki's immediately killed. Padalecki gets like an episode where he's alive, and then he gets his face stomped in, and he's out of the show forever, obviously. His face exploded. Why are you doing that to us? Why don't you develop his character more? Like, when Homelander was talking to himself in the mirror, and a different version was talking back a couple years ago, I was like, oh, this is scary. This is a problem. Like, he was evil before, but now he's actually like insane. Like he can't be held responsible for his own actions at this point. He's putting the evil doctors in ovens
incompetent to stand trial.
Yeah, he really wasn't. Like, by the end, he's hallucinating and he's seeing like big-titted angels telling him he's the chosen one. He's not crazy for thinking he's God. He is seeing a literal angel come to him and tell him he is. He's
the only thing I know about this show, and I know so little, but a bunch of clips were floating around because people were angry about the finale, and the Aquaman of this show. I saw the clip of him like sitting on a pier on Twitter, and I guess he had done something to upset all the sharks and the fish and everything. And the dialogue was so over the top, cringy, and bad that I couldn't believe. Part of me was like, someone AI'd this to make it worse, because it's like a poorly rendered Hammerhead being like, on God, cuh, you know, no cap, you ain't cool with us no mo. And I was like, this is humiliating. Like, someone in the writer's room was having a laugh, being like, I wonder if I can sneak this one past the
plot line. Was they were doing like an underground oil pipeline or something, and the Deep endorsed it. And then I think the Deep's podcast friend, Black Noir, busted it in an effort to make Deep look bad. So now all the fish of the sea blame the Deep for this.
Yep.
And is he not like Aquaman, that he just controls them?
No, he's friends with them and he can talk to them, and they're all they instantly align with what his needs and wants are until he lost their favor. And I think that's how he dies in the end. He gets in the water, right?
A squid sticks its tentacle up his ass and out his mouth.
I saw that. Absurd. I saw him swimming too. Woody could go faster.
He didn't swim nearly. I thought the same. I
thought he must have been able to fucking zoot through the.
Yeah,
you
think he could zoot. There's a scene after the Hammerhead threatens him. Someone starts drowning, and like it's at like I think a saltwater beach. I'm not even positive because there were no waves. It looked like a lake, and I think it was with a shark in it. I don't know what the fuck they're doing in this scene, but. Anyway, guy starts drowning and they're like, the Deep is here. Oh, thank God, the Deep is here. And he just slowly walks backwards.
Yeah, it's great.
Because he's afraid to go in the water because the shark threatened him.
Yeah, they don't want it anymore.
Is he not powerful enough to fuck up a shark?
That was my thought, but apparently not. Or maybe he felt like there would be too many.
That guy stinks.
Dude,
this is superhero writing is tricky. Like Kyle brought out these like inconsistencies.
Power scale issues.
Why didn't Homelander just laser eye? Why didn't this happen? I could say that about almost every superhero show I've ever seen. Like, people just forget their speedsters. People just forget about laser eyes. You know, it goes on and on. It happens in all of them.
Wasn't Homelander's big thing pride?
No, his need to be loved and praised.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
he grew up.
He grew up basically being abused constantly and treated like a lab experiment. And so they would use like the reward of love and attention to reward him and sort of control him. And so he's forever thirsting and hungering for complete and total love and approval. And anything that counters that is an offense to him. And he also doesn't have time for anybody's bullshit. He hates everyone. You know, he doesn't want to be part of the Seven, which is like their Justice League. He's like, you just need me.
You could tear apart the X-Men movies probably just as well as you did the Boys. And I think the Speedster losing like that is a good example.
I disagree.
Apocalypse
I
is
thought
not a
that,
speedster. He can't keep up with them. He can't even see him move. He never did it before and he never did it after. But this one time, he pulled Speedster out of his ass to grab a guy.
It seems like Kyle's core complaint is like that Homelander's character changed rapidly to comport to like some grievance the director has. Not that the powers don't line up.
What it is like Homelander's the bad guy. I don't root for Homelander. I've been looking forward to Homeland. So the motivations for our characters, Butcher, Aemir, wants to kill Homelander because Homelander raped his wife. Like, that's his motivation.
That's motivation right there.
His wife. It's all he's cared about for the entire show. Like, there are these great scenes where he's just like, they're at a big event and everybody's focused on the event. It's a race. And Homelander's up there standing there proud and like with his uniform and everything, arms crossed, looking overseeing everything. And there's only one face in the whole crowd that's not focused on the race, and it's Billy Butcher. And he's just staring at Homelander with this look that's like half hate and half bemusement. It's sort of a like, you're gonna see, mate. I'm gonna bollocks you good. Like you could tell, like
he's Australian.
He's English, very Cockney, and he's always talking about bollocksing and
what are his powers?
I don't think Homelander raped the wife in the comics. Did you know that?
Yeah, lots of differences between the show's way better than the comics as far as how they handle everything. Although that reveal at the end, if you didn't know it, in the comics, Homelander keeps getting shown these photos of him doing horrific things, but really they have a clone of him doing the horrific things, and that's only revealed to him at the very end, and it's wacky. And it's this huge reveal. That's not present in the TV show. Like it's for me, it was always about Billy Butcher getting his revenge on Homelander, and it didn't feel like a good revenge either. Like he killed him quick. That was a quick death. That wasn't that bad.
Did you just shoot him?
Homelander completely lost his dignity on the way out. He put a crowbar and sort of scalped him. Like he put it in his head and levered it up.
They did it in one room. They never left the room that they were in for this fight. If you go back and compare it to that Hero-gasm fight where they're like lasering each other across the room and flying and jumping, and Homelander goes to get away and they grab his cape and pull him back, and that fight had me pumped. But what I really wanted was, remember when they do the parody of like the Justice League movies, and they're like on a movie set making a movie within the show, and all the superheroes are there, and the whole city is destroyed, and the skyline is like brown, sooty smoke. It's like, why didn't we do that? Why didn't we do anything that made me feel like this was a bigger story than an office like kerfuffle? Like, we didn't leave the room we were in, and we can all fly. He went to space to put Elon Musk, in space in like a split second. Like I would have liked it if we were.
I saw that they like had a guy that was just like Elon Musk.
And I don't know where their budget went. I don't know how they can't afford the CGI to make a big superhero fight. And I would have liked it if... I'll tell you what I do like. I like that once everybody's depowered, Butcher is head and shoulders better than Homelander. That I needed that. And I wish he'd said something like, probably should have learned to fight all those years, eh? And just like starts piecing him up. I needed more of that. I liked that a lot. But everything that led up to him being Deus Ex Machina depowered, I didn't like that. I wish you'd subverted my expectations, killed Kimiko. Now we can't depower him. Now we got to do it the hard way. And just do it the hard way. Because I think you can beat him. He seems so beatable by the end. Like they were handling him pretty well. Like
if they beat him,
little
we'd have the
stomach
whole...
tentacles were effective somehow. Like
if
What's
they
up,
beat
Caleb?
him, hey, there'd be a whole
guys.
other range of complaints. Like, oh, they depowered Homelander in this way. Why didn't he laser the tentacles? Why didn't he this? Why didn't he that? They had to depower.
Why didn't he?
I know you've been talking about the boys and shit. I'm so over I don't really know. Did you guys like the ending to it? I don't want to rehash exactly what you've already talked about because it was fucking late. But
I hated the ending.
Kyle hated it. I think you guys are in the majority opinion. I liked it, and I think I'm on an island by myself. We've told this story of me being rude to a very slow, bad waiter a couple of times, and now I'm sensitive to this idea that I'm like not nice to wait staff because in my heart of heart, I believe I'm lovely to them. But the thing is, I was at REI this week buying long underwear and a few other items, some jeans for the campsite. And not jeans, pants. And the guy was slow. But before he helped me, there was a delivery guy there. And he goes, I see you have a stamp. And you know how to stamp something. Check, right? Yeah. That's how a stamp works.
Easy peasy.
Not this fuck. This fuck takes the man's clipboard, puts it down on a flat surface, takes the stamp, holds it, wiggles. Next page. Holds it, wiggles. There's 4 pages of this. It takes him like over a minute to stamp these 4 pages. Yeah, right? You've seen the Indian guy does
like a notary?
It was a delivery confirmation.
They're trying to save money on ink. Like they've got no ink on there. They're trying to...
I don't know what he's doing, but he's just very slow and deliberate in the sorts of things that he does. Okay. And I have to wait for this to end before he checks me out. I do so patiently. And then it's my turn to get, rang up and check out, etc. at REI. Cool. This is long underwear, and we're putting it in a plastic bag. It takes him like 20-30 seconds to take the magnetic like anti-theft thing off. I don't know why. It should take 2 seconds, but it's taking 20 because he's doing it like it's some sort of performance art where he puts it in there and makes a whole show out of it. And then
didn't you just say like you want to be a good guy to these people for some reason? Didn't you start that story with I like to think I have a heart of gold, and then you're shitting all over this guy like every small minutia of it?
Dude, he's taking so fucking long.
He's thinking it, no, not saying it.
And then he's folding my long underwear. Folding it, right? So he clears off the flat space, and then he carefully wraps it, folds it in thirds, carefully puts it into a fucking plastic grocery bag. Like it stays folded. If there's any reason for this. and then he does the top, same sort of deal. And I see the jeans coming up and the fucking water purifier tablets or whatever. And I'm like, dude, I'm looking to get out of here. Can you just put the underwear in a bag?
I'm looking to get
out of here. Jesus.
Dude, it's like 4 minutes. Each pair of underwear. The bottoms of a minute, the pants are a minute. How can this take so long? It took a minute to stamp.
What he said, excuse me, wage slave.
Attention, boy. Boy.
Did you snap at him? Get over here.
Dude, it was the worst. And he did speed up a little with the pants. And afterwards, he stopped putting on such a performance of working the cash register. But afterwards, I was like, oh, man, did I make it true? Did I make it true that I'm mean to wage slaves?
It's fine to be rude to them as long as there aren't witnesses.
Well,
that's how this works. That's how this works. It's just that now. Look, I fully admit that after our survival trip, when I was real hungry and we went to that Longhorn Steakhouse, I was very rude to that dumb cunt who was serving us sweet tea. Okay, she needs a new fucking line of works. What I think. All right, you can't get me my drink in a time. Look, anyway, it's neither here nor there. I was rude.
This guy was like Flash from Zootopia working at the DMV. He was so goddamn slow.
You know the name?
I get that reference
of the sloth from Zootopia.
Yeah,
why?
I'm a genius.
Of kids.
No, I'm
you have kids, or you're a furry.
My story. I'll tell it the way I want to. They have this thing, this like running joke, but they insist it's true that I'm bad to wait staff, and they say it again and again and again. And they just now they're so hypersensitive to it that like. No matter what I say, I could be like, I'll take, I don't know, a steak, medium rare, green beans and potatoes. And they're like, he's at it again. And it's not. I'm innocent. I didn't do anything. But it's always that.
At least I can admit it when I am rude to wait staff. When we got done with our survival trip.
It's because it's on camera. Like, is there any evidence of me ever being rude to wait staff?
I saw you holding the camera. I didn't give a shit. We were done with our survival.
Jumping in for a defensive Woody here. I've been out to eat with both of you multiple times, and I have never noticed Woody being rude to wait staff.
It's not actually true.
It's fun to pile on, which is why I do it, but I've never actually noticed him being like spitting Coke on her face. Is that diet? Come back in half an hour. Let me feel if it's sticky.
So what did Kyle do to wait staff?
All right, so here's what happened. We got done. I berated her. We got done with
her crime was
survival
not
trip.
being the hot waitress.
She was that too. So we all went out into the woods for a week with like virtually no food, and the whole time I'm thinking about the meal that comes at the end of the survival trip after 5 days of being in the woods. So we all get showered up, get back to my house, and then we go to a steakhouse. And yeah, we did get the ugliest waitress in the place. And I'm just going to throw this out here. If you're the least attractive waitress at a place, you would think you would put a little more effort into it and work for those tips. You would be the most dutiful waitress there. You'd be the one who was rushing to get that refill done, the one who's getting that appetizer out there within 12 minutes, like the card says. But no, she really let us down. Like, all the drink orders were late. We sat there with no refills for a long time. Our bread didn't come out until it was time for the appetizer. The appetizer didn't come out until it was time for the main course. And by the time the main course got there, I was literally giving her applause because it was just ridiculous. She was a cunt. She was bad at her job. She didn't deserve a tip, and I wouldn't have given her one. And that's just how I felt. And I would have called her a cunt to her face. I was ready to throw my drink in the floor and make a scene. It had been so long. I was literally about to throw my drink in the floor and be like, I've made a mess. Someone should come. Because she had been gone for so long, and it was pissing me the fuck off because I was starving.
And I sat next to Kyle. My evaluation of the situation was she was a little slow, but I was cool.
That's not what Woody said at the time. At the time, I was like, am I overreacting here? Because I'm getting fucking pissed. I was like, I've been sitting here biting my tongue, but I'm getting pissed, and I can't take it. And Woody's like, no, this is no good. It's been too long. And Chiz was agreeing with me, too, big time. He was like,
now that's true. Chiz was Kyle's cheerleader. I thought I was, not invalidating his feelings.
You were tepid at best. You were, and then Patrick was with us, our British cameraman, and he was like, in England, that would have been a bit rude. And I was like, I was like, it's fucking rude here too. I meant it.
I remember that. That's a quote.
I was going for rude. like that's what I was going for there. However, Woody can be very curt and dismissive to wait staff without really meaning it. You'll do this thing sometimes. I wish the camera could see me, where you'll kind of like give him this sort of look of incredulity, like you're shocked and surprised that they didn't come to the same conclusion you did, and then you kind of tell them what's up. You're like, no, we want 4 root beers. That's why we said root beers all around. And you kind of give them a look like they're stupid. But the main
not
ones
a real
where
example.
The main ones where I see you do it a lot. The main ones where I've seen you be discourteous to wait staff was the pizzeria.
That one time,
where you shouted the word "fuck."
No, that's not true.
I know you don't think it's true, Woody, but I heard you. You said something about how fucking late things were, or we should have had our fucking drinks by now, or something like that, and it was quite loud. And
it was like 20 minutes, I think, to get our drink, maybe 30. And his excuse was that he needed a bartender to open the beer because he was only 20. Apparently, that's the rule there. The thing is, there was a bartender 15 feet from us the entire 30 minutes. So. And she wasn't doing anything. The place was closing. She was just like wiping the bar. She wasn't busy or anything. And to me, that was no excuse. You need a bartender? I've been looking at one for 30 minutes now. What's the scoop on why does it take that long to get a soda? And
I need very little from my server. But if I feel like I'm being disrespected intentionally in some way, I can really lose my shit in that scenario, and I have felt that way on multiple occasions for some reason. I feel discriminated against sometimes. If I were a black man, I'd be
how
like,
rough it must be.
Seriously, if I were a black man, I'd be looking at my
in Atlanta
and being like, can you believe this racist shit that they're just ignoring me? That literally happened at Outback. Me and a girl are sitting there, and we're kind of in that section. It's next to the bar, and it's like a 2-person like booth table. Like each of you has like half a booth or something, but you're next to the bar, so you're kind of in a no man's land for the wait staff. And I could literally see them over there arguing over who was going to take our table. Like nobody wanted to take our table, and I like they would accidentally make eye contact with me and then divert their eyes really quickly. And 15 minutes went by, and we didn't have menus. And I went to the greeter, and I was like, hey, could we get some menus? And she's like, yeah, here, take some of these. And like another 8 minutes went by. And so then when the waitress walked by, I like start waving my arms in the air, like flagging her down like I'm a refugee or something, like, hey. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. Has no one waited on you yet? And I was like, they haven't. I've seen you over there with your friends arguing about who was going to take this table for the last 10 minutes. You're the worst waitress ever. I was like, you're not just bad at your job. You're lazy. Go get your manager. And she started to cry a little as she went to get the manager, and it was great. I loved it. Fuck her. I hope she lost her job and her house because of it.
I hope she's threading eyebrows at a food court right now.
Oh, that would be the best, right? I'd make her thread my pubic hair.
I never do anything mean to wait staff, ever. Like, as far as people who handle my food, I'm too anxious about it. I don't want any fluids ending up in there. The only time I did wasn't even my fault. I've told that story before, when I had to dine and dash when I was like 15.
Yeah.
I think I've told you guys that, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Because my fucking asshole friend said he was paying for dinner, and then he changed his mind and left. And so then we had to leave after it was only like a $12 Whiskey River barbecue burger from Red Robin, but still I felt shitty. But yeah, I don't fuck with those people.
Yeah.
Especially not before you get your food.
I'm good 99% of the time. That's also like because I served tables, or I waited tables for a very, very long time, like through high school and part of college. But then there are those, like when you say like you didn't get something and there was like a bartender right there and you don't know why. Most likely that you got the server that's smoking weed out back. Like
that could have been it. Like, oh, by the way, we were his only customer. The place was wrapping up or something.
Oh yeah, that guy was just.
Because every restaurant usually has at least one guy that's like, that he's like, you're not sure how he hasn't gotten fired yet.
This guy looked more like he was out back doing a protein shake and some squat thrusts or something. This guy was fucking ripped. I was thinking that Woody might want to be careful how he talks to that big boy. I'd hate to.
He was short. He was short and fit.
Very fit.
Excuse me, sir. I'm less than enthused about your service thus far. If it's okay with you, I'd like my drink.
Nah, he was like 19. Woody could have used his grown-up voice and made that kid cry. 100%. 100%. That's how it goes down. Woody would have started shouting at it. It would have triggered some stuff from his stepdad back in the day, and he'd have squalled like a baby.
But yeah,
that's why he's getting so ripped. His stepdad beat him.
But that said, yeah, you definitely don't want to fuck with the staff because 100% shit does happen to your food.
Yeah, probably so. I don't mind that. At least they're adding some. At least I know my food's getting some serious attention back there. At least
if she's
I know they're not going to
request it. Can I get a little spit?
Yeah,
little spit.
Do your worst.
Yeah,
do your worst.
Hey, I noticed I got I don't know, corn here. Can you lick it? Just a little.
Gross.
Oh, it's gross until she licks you directly, and then you're a big fan.
Yeah, I don't want to be licked transitively through my vegetable of choice. That's disgusting.
Yeah,
lick this asparagus, babe. I'm gonna be thinking about that. As
you're young. You start off a little vanilla. Time passes, and you wonder, like, hey, what else is out there?
Is that it? When you just get to be your age, you're so jaded by normal sex stuff. It's like, yeah, lick that corn. Oh yeah, you need a complex carb for what we're about to do.
Yeah, it's you can do the same thing for 20 years and not add to the menu. Come on.
Certainly not.
That makes sense.
Get a little corn licking in.
And I'm gonna let you know right now, I'm fine with whiteface. Actually, you know what? I like blackface too. I don't think blackface is that big of a deal. I think blackface becomes a problem when it's used to take jobs away from black people or to humiliate black people based on like racial stereotypes that are used against them. Like if you take a white person, you give him like a big wide nose or big lips or something, or put like one of those big African rings in his nose or like crazy bones in his mouth or something, and you blackface him. Or if you have him like as a stereotypical like violent thuggish criminal or something like that, that's all wrong. But God damn it, if Harley Morenstein did full blackface and did Shaq one year, that would be an homage. He's got his Lakers jersey on.
I made this argument like 5 years ago. I stood alone at the time.
Well, you were a trendsetter. So because we all love Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder. No one was mad about that.
That's so well done too. I bet if you showed that, I know that if you showed that to someone who didn't know who Robert Downey Jr. was, they would think that that was just a black man. Like if you no context showed them a clip from that movie, they would not like. Okay, was there anything weird about that cast? No. Black guy was a little on the nose, but otherwise, pretty good stuff.
Have a blessed day, motherfucker. Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.